Hey guys, welcome to another video on my channel. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you're having a great day or night. Today I have an exciting video. Well, hopefully you guys think it's exciting. Hopefully you like it. This is actually suggested by one of my friends. I had been debating doing this video, but I didn't know if anyone would actually watch it or like find it helpful in any way. But whenever she suggested it, then I was like, okay, well, at least I know one person will watch it. I'm gonna be showing you guys my staple brushes in my brush collection, the brushes that I think you need. These are the brushes that I find myself using very often, more than any of my other brushes. So I thought I would share that with you, and instead of just going through each one and like showing you what it is, I thought I would show you exactly how I use them and why I like them, what I use them for, things like that. I figured that would be more helpful. So yeah, if I can, some of these brushes I've had for a long time, but I'm pretty sure I can find all of them. If not, I'll link something similar down below. Some of these brushes I did get in a brush set, and so the majority of them you can buy them individually, but I think there's like a couple in here that you can't. I'm not positive. Like I said, I'll link everything down below if I can find it. If not, I'm sure you could find an alternative. Okay, so first in my routine, I always start off with my eyes, so that's what I'm going to start off with now. And the first brush that I'm going to be showing you guys is from BH Cosmetics, and this is a brush that I got in a brush set. It's this brush. I use this for blending out concealer. It's not super densely packed, but it's not super flimsy either. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop some concealer on my lids and blend that out with this brush. By the way, do you guys like my new lights? My aunt got me like it's like a curtain of lights basically, where it's like all one string across and then multiple strands hanging down, and I thought they were super cute, and she got them for me so I can put them in the background of my videos. So I think they're so cute and I love them. They have different settings, so maybe in like different videos I'll use different settings. I do want to add more to my background. Like, I have some things on my wall up there that you can't see when I film because I'm lower. But I want to add like more decoration here and here because I feel like my background is so plain. But anyway, back to the brushes. So the next two brushes that I'm going to show you are basically the same brush, just one is a little smaller, one is a little bigger, more dense. There are these brushes right here. I really like these for setting powder because they fit perfectly on my eyelid and under my eye. And then I also have a small forehead, so they're perfect for my forehead. Sometimes I'll go in with like a bigger fluffy brush for my the rest of my face and my neck, but most of the time I'll just stick with one of these. I feel like they're the perfect size for my face, but I really like them. They're not super dense. They're pretty flimsy brushes, so they set really nicely. They don't pick up too much powder. Yeah, really good brushes, good quality, super affordable. All the brushes that I'm going to be talking about are super affordable. Honestly, pretty much all my brushes are from Morphe, Wet n Wild, ELF, and BH Cosmetics. These are both from Morphe though, so I'm gonna go ahead and set my lid. Guys, I need show/movie recommendations. I usually am like a YouTube watcher, So like most of the time I'll just watch YouTube videos and not really movies or shows normally. But lately I have been on such a movie and show kick. I've watched so many shows in the past few weeks and I just want more good shows and movies as well. I've watched some good movies recently as well. So I need some more show recommendations. On to the next brush. So now I'm going to go ahead and go into my eyeshadow brushes. I'm going to do a super simple look, by the way. The first brush that I'm going to talk about, or brushes I guess, are blending brushes. And honestly, blending brushes of all sizes are great because I have a few bigger ones here. So like these are big fluffy brushes. I use these when I'm not gonna be too precise, when I'm just literally gonna blend a shade all over my lid or in the crease and I don't really need to be too neat with it. I'll go in with these. I think the majority of my brushes are blending brushes of different shapes, different sizes. Like I have big blending brushes. I also have like little ones like this. I even have little ones also. So honestly, just in general, blending brushes are great. But I would suggest like at least having one like maybe this size, so like a bigger blending brush and then a smaller one. And honestly, I feel like you're good with just that. And this one is a smaller one, so you can get more like a detailed, I don't know, so you can be more detailed, but also it'll still blend out the eyeshadow at the same time. And then I also have brushes like this, which is pretty much a fluffy brush. It's just like more pinched, like it's not, let me show you the difference. So you see one is more round and one is more like pinched. So honestly, just in general, fluffy brushes, fluffy blending brushes will be your best friend. So as you saw, the big fluffy brush made it super easy to just blend that crease shade all throughout the crease. And because it's a bigger fluffy brush, it's a lot quicker than using a tiny fluffy brush. I used a smaller fluffy brush to be a little bit more detailed and put that darker shade, and then I went back over with the larger blending brush and it just blended both shades together really nicely. So next, what I'm going to talk about are flat brushes. Like I'll just show you one at a time. Like they're literally just flat brushes. They're more round at the top. I have all different sizes. Like I have this super little tiny one. It's literally the same as this larger one. Same thing, just a tiny version. And these are really good for multiple things. So like this one I'll usually use if I'm gonna do a cut crease look. So if I'm gonna do a half cut crease, a full cut crease, or to carve out my brows before I do an eyeshadow look, I'll also go in with this brush. If I'm gonna go in with a lid shade, I will use one of these, which is literally the same thing, just a little smaller. And then these little tiny ones I'll use for inner corner highlight. You could literally, like, I have multiple sizes, but you could literally do all of that with just one brush. Obviously I have more because I've just accumulated them over the years, but you could literally get by with one, maybe two flat brushes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and take this one. This is probably my favorite flat brush for putting on a shimmery lid shade. This is from Wet n Wild and I've had it literally for years. I don't even know which one it is. The name has rubbed off. Also, by the way guys, this look that I'm doing, I have a video up on my Instagram doing literally the exact same eye look. So if you are curious about what eyeshadow palette I'm using or how have achieved this look, then you can definitely head over to my Instagram. I'll pop my name here on the screen, and then it's always linked down below in the description. So if you don't follow me over there, you definitely should. I do a lot of makeup looks over there. I usually highlight my inner corner and my brow bone after I finish the rest of my makeup. Don't ask why, that's just kind of the process that I go through. So yeah, I kind of go back and forth between my eyes and my face. So like my lower lash line, my inner corner, and my brow bone, I'll do after I'm done with the rest of my face. So for a little bit we're gonna go ahead and move on to face brushes, and then we will come back to finish the rest of the eye look. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation. I already put primer before I started filming, so I'm already nice and primed and ready to go. And to be totally honest with you guys, normally like 90% of the time I would say I apply my foundation and concealer with a sponge because I just like that look better. I have dry skin and foundation tends to look better on my skin with a sponge, but there are a few foundations that I like to use a brush with, or if I want a more full coverage like glam look, then I'll definitely go in with a foundation brush. So for the sake of this video, since we are talking about brushes, I thought I would throw in the foundation brush that I use pretty much every time I put foundation on, and it is this one. So it's a round, like, it's pretty dense, it's not too flimsy, which makes it easier to blend out the foundation on your face. And this is a Morphe x Jaclyn Hill JH03. The brush is really good quality. It's super cute. The bristles are really nice. It's super soft. It's dense, but it's not too dense. Like, it's just right, just enough so it'll blend the foundation out nicely, and it doesn't leave strokes. And the way that I like to use my foundation brushes is, well, my foundation brush is I'll usually just like pat in the foundation first, and then once I've got it pretty much spread all over my face, I'll kind of go in and buff just to make sure that there's no lines or streaks from the brush. So yeah, that's pretty much how I use that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop on my foundation with this brush. Okay, so there's the foundation all blended out. I also love using a brush because it's so quick, especially that brush. I feel like it blends my foundation out literally in seconds. And then next I'm just gonna go in with concealer, and I'm gonna blend it out with the same brush that I used on my lid. And then I'm also gonna go in with setting powder with the same brush that I used to set my lid. So you'll see those again, but you'll see how I use them on my face. Also, something that I want to mention is whenever you do your use cream products with a brush as opposed to a sponge, you really don't need to use much product at all, because like I said, brushes don't soak up product the way that a sponge will. So definitely keep that in mind. Like if you're going in with your if you're gonna go in with your foundation and blend it out with a brush, I would say use less than you usually do if you were using a sponge. And the same thing for concealer and any other cream product that you might be using. So next I'm gonna go ahead and move on to bronzer, and this brush is my favorite brush ever for bronzer, like ever. For my, honestly, I feel like bronzer brushes are gonna depend on your face shape, because like this one is perfect for my cheekbones and perfect for my forehead. Like I said, I have a small forehead, so I can't use like a giant fluffy brush. Sometimes I'll use a big fluffy brush for my cheeks and my jawline, and then just go in with this smaller brush on my forehead for bronzer, or else I'll end up with bronzer literally from here to here. So anyway, this is a Morphe brush. Again, this is from a brush set, but I'm pretty sure they have one that they sell individually that's exactly the same as this one. I know they have like a bigger version, which I have that one and I like it, but I definitely like this one more because it's smaller. And the shape, I don't even know how to describe it. It's almost like it almost has the shape of a fan brush, but it's fluffy. So it's kind of, I mean, I don't know, it's kind of pinched at the base and then it like fluffs out, so it's really nice for blending the bronzer out. Like it never, when I use this brush, my bronzer never looks like patchy or too harsh or anything like that. I kind of start going just straight down like that, and then I'll go in circular motions with it, and it honestly just blends out my bronzer super nicely, and I don't even have to try. So yeah, this is my favorite brush for bronzing for sure. I have a few other ones that I'll like switch between, but the majority of the time this is the one that I'll use. Alrighty, so next is blush, and this is the brush that I like to use for my blush. It's super fluffy, like literally, again, I feel like this is just a giant fluffy brush, and it is super flimsy, so it doesn't like pack on blush really harshly in one spot, and it's super easy to blend out my blush. I really love this brush. It's like I said, it's super flimsy. I literally just fluff my blush on like that, and it doesn't look too harsh, it doesn't look patchy, nothing. It blends out super nicely. The next brush that I'm going to show you is kind of extra, like kind of an extra. You don't really need this. I use this brush, I always, after my blush, I go in with a blush topper. So I go in with something shimmery and like warm toned, or like the same tone as the blush that I just used. And I go in with this brush. It's even more like super flimsy. It's way more flimsy than the other one that I just used, and that's why I like to use this one specifically for blush topper, because I don't go in as heavy-handed with blush topper as I do with my blush. Like, I like to pick up a light amount and just literally dust it onto my cheeks. I love that it doesn't pick up too much product at all. Like, it just picks up a light amount and it's super easy to just dust it on. It just applies it blended already, so you don't even have to try to blend it out or anything. Super nice. I love it. Okay, next is highlighter brushes, and I also have quite a few highlighter brushes, and I typically go for the exact same style every single time I get a highlight brush. And it's just this again. I feel like, I'm telling you guys, I feel like almost my entire brush collection is just fluffy blending brushes of all different sizes, because literally these are just big fluffy brushes, big fluffy blending brushes, but they're so good for highlights. So I have a few from different brands of basically the same brush. This one's from Wet n Wild, and these two are both from Morphe. They're all really good. I love all of them. They're really nice. I like this shape. I know like there was a point in time where everyone was using fan brushes to highlight. I never liked that. I always thought it was too harsh. I didn't like how it applied highlight ever. But I like these because it's literally a blending brush, so you can just blend the highlight on your cheeks, and it's not gonna be like a harsh line. Okay, so now we are going to finish up the eyes since the face is all done. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go ahead and use a flat brush to highlight my brow bone. And then I'm going to use this little tiny flat brush to highlight my inner corner. And then we'll move on to the lower lash line, and I'll show you what brushes I like to use for that. Lash line shades, I like to go in with a pencil brush, and this is what they look like. They're just perfect for that space right there. So I literally just run the shade across my lower lash line, and all of these blend it super nicely. They're just little teeny tiny fluffy brushes. But yeah, they are perfect for the lower lash line. And of course, just like all the other brushes, the smaller the pencil brush, the more precise it'll be. Okay, so everything's pretty much all done. All I need is mascara and lip gloss. But I do want to mention this. This is a spoolie, and I think everyone needs a spoolie in their collection. This one's actually dual-ended, like it has a little angled brush. I guess it's technically a brow brush tool thing, but I don't really fill in my brows with these brushes. So I'm specifically talking about the spoolie. I use it to blend out when I'm filling in my eyebrows. I'll use it to blend out the brow pencil. I also use it to lay down my baby hairs. I have a couple of spoolies, and so they're literally perfect for slicking down your baby hairs. Also, if you have crazy baby hairs like me, they're also good for your lashes. If your lashes are feeling kind of clumpy, then it's good for that too. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that because I feel like I use this I literally use this all the time. Even if I'm not doing my makeup, like I said, I use it for my hair to slick down like all these little flyaways. I'll use it for that too. So it's just super handy to have this in your collection, like I said, for multiple reasons. Okay guys, so here is the finished look. That's all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful to you. If you have any questions at all about any of the brushes that I used, or just any other questions in general, definitely leave a comment down below. Make sure you like the video before you leave, subscribe if you haven't already, and please share my channel, share my videos. I would really appreciate it. Definitely want to get to that 100 mark so I can go ahead and do a giveaway. If you guys didn't see my last video, I mentioned that I want to do a giveaway once I reach 100 subscribers, and then hopefully like from then my channel will keep growing and I can do a giveaway every other 100 subscribers. So definitely share my channel so that way we can get to that mark, we can grow our little family. I'm so excited that we are past 60 subscribers already. That's crazy. That's so awesome. I'm so happy, so grateful. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. If you stayed all the way to the end, thank you. I appreciate you so much. And yeah, stay safe, stay healthy. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.